Teresa, what have you got today? We've got a whole lot. Let me tell you about it. Coming up next on the News Channel at 5, gusty winds and choppy lakes keeping many Oklahomans away from area lakes this Labor Day. We'll tell you all about it.
And the campaign season goes into full swing. Those stories plus the surprise resignation from the baseball world. All next on the News Channel.
Where the news comes first, 24 hours a day. This is KFOR TV, Oklahoma's news channel.
Tonight, for the first time, we can finally tell you how a woman in Purnell was killed. A mother of two, loving wife, and Sunday school teacher who vanished over the weekend. Good evening. Police found Kay Busey's body in a creek bed on Saturday, but they wouldn't tell us or her family then how she died.
Well, tonight we finally know how Mrs. Busby died. Jerry Barnaby got back from Purnell just about 20 minutes ago, and he joins us now from the newsroom. Jerry?
Well, Bob, this has been a frustrating, scared, and I spent time today with Busey's immediate family. They don't want to go on camera, and that's understandable, but they did ask me to thank on their behalf all the people who came out to search for Kay. Bob?
All right, thank you, Jerry. And Kay Busby's funeral will be on Wednesday.
Well, you were up for those storms Saturday night. Better brace yourself for round 2 tonight.
Well, the news channel's 4 Warren Chase teams are stationed across the state, ready to let us know as soon as something breaks.
And meteorologist Jeff Lazalier is filling in for Wayne Shattuck today. He joins us now with the latest on Oklahoma storms.
Well, we actually have 4 crews out scouring the northern portion of Oklahoma and south side of Kansas at this time. We have bubbling cumulus clouds up in the northern portion of the state. And we want to go directly right now by phone to John Galfano, who is one of our 4 Warren Chase crews, and he's up in Shiler. John, can you hear me?
Yeah, Jeff, I sure can.
Tell me what you're seeing.
We're up in Shiler, western Osage County. Warm, humid day up here. We've been watching the clouds sort of bubble. They get going, but there's a strong cap on the atmosphere right now, and they're not going any higher. They just sort of taper off. So right now, just very warm, humid conditions up here. South wind still blowing very good. A lot of moisture in the area up here, but so far nothing to report. Keeping a good eye on it.
Okay, John, stay right there. I just got off the phone with the National Weather Service only moments ago as this newscast started, and they say they're continuing to watch that area that John was speaking about, western Osage County toward Blackwell and Tonkawa, Ponca City, and on back down toward Enid. There's an area of bubbling cumulus clouds, as John mentioned, in that region, and they expect that is the portion of the state that will first see any thunderstorm development. Thunderstorms are also developing up in northeastern Kansas near Kansas City right now, and they are also expected to kind of bubble down the cold front that's kicking off those storms up to our north and eventually move into northern Oklahoma. We're looking for the possibility of storms developing in the north central portion of the state anytime from just about now to the next 3 hours. And of course, we've got our teams up there. We'll also have a live picture from Enid coming up during the main weather segment with your forecast then. So join me in a couple of minutes.
Okay. Will do. Well, the weather's already playing tricks on Labor Day lake goers. Gusty winds and the threat of more storms keeping a lot of people away from area lakes right now. Out at Lake Arcadia, Edmond police say Labor Day crowds are much smaller this year. There have been 2 drowning.
That's about 50 miles west of Chicago. They say the twin-engine Beechcraft was carrying 13 people when it went down in a field just north of town this afternoon. All 13 were killed, all believed to be members of the same skydiving club. Cause of the crash still unknown.
Well, if it's Labor Day, it's time for the Jerry Lewis Muscular Dystrophy Telethon. The telethon raises millions of dollars for Jerry's kids, but a group calling itself Jerry's Orphans accused Lewis of exploiting them today. Dozens of muscular dystrophy patients protested today outside the telethon in Las Vegas. They say the telethon exploits both the viewers and the people it's supposed to help. They say it teaches viewers to pity MD patients and makes MD patients look helpless. Now, in spite of the protest, Lewis says he expects this year's telethon to be the best ever. Last year, he raised $45 million.
Labor Day is also the traditional start of the presidential campaign, and listening to the 2 major candidates, you'd think Harry Truman was on the ballot. Both Bill Clinton and George Bush are out in force today comparing themselves to Truman. Sure, Truman was a Democrat, but that's not stopping George Bush. Bush says he shares many traits with Truman, even though he voted against him in 1948. He says Clinton is no heir apparent to the Truman legacy.
Harry Truman said the buck stops here. And on issue after issue, Governor Clinton says, first, let's blame George Bush, and then I'll get back to you later with an answer.
Clinton, on the other hand, called Bush's comparison to Truman laughable.
He has blamed his failures on everything from the Federal Reserve to Saddam Hussein, from Congress to consumers to the press. He says the recession is really over, we just don't know it. And if it's not really over, it's because we have an attitude problem. The buck doesn't stop with George Bush. It doesn't even slow down there.
The Democratic nominee looking for votes today in Truman's hometown of Independence, Missouri. And according to the latest presidential poll, Clinton is holding his lead over President Bush. The new NBC poll shows Clinton with a 9-point lead over Bush. The margin of error is plus or minus 3 points. 4 years ago, Bush led Democrat Michael Dukakis by the similar margin.
Coming up next on the News Channel, a shooting rampage in South Africa tonight. At least 200 people hurt.
And people are seeing the Virgin Mary all over the place. Details on the latest sighting and more, all next on the News Channel.
You're watching News Channel 4 with Teresa Green, Bob Bruce, weather with Wayne Shattuck, Bob Barry with sports, and health reports by Terry Cook.
Imagine this. Depths of a construction site hole.
And we'll find out what's brewing in the Oklahoma skies.
Fall is the season when we all go looking for new beginnings and find them at the Baptist Bookstore with these specially priced values right now. The complete line of Because There's Hope gifts for people in recovery programs.
Cashback for over $2,500 in total savings. 2.9% for 48 months or $2,500 in savings. Now that's a payload. See Jackie Cooper, Bob Howard, Joe Coker, and Ferguson, your GMC truck trading team.
Job Hunter 2187 is an experienced broadcast news reporter. Number 2187 has served as a community relations representative with additional experience as an administrative assistant. If you're an employer who may have a job for number 2187, call 341-9000.
Nobody brings it home like we do. Whenever you're ready, cable's ready too.
Only $6.99 for installation of basic cable with HBO or any premium channel.
Nobody brings it home like we do. It's always on cable just for you. Nobody.
Call Cox Cable or Multimedia Cable Vision today.
Okay, Ralph. Smile, Ralph.
Why does Eckerd System 2 give you 2 great sets of prints? So you can share. System 2, 2 prints, 2 rolls of film, only at Eckerd.
Since Eckerd always accepts their competitors' photo coupons and advertised specials, shouldn't their competitors always have to guarantee quality as good as Eckerd?
A peaceful protest march in South Africa ends in a bloody massacre. 28 members of the African National Congress are dead tonight, at least 200 others injured. Police opened fire on thousands of marchers who were protesting the country's military government. Police say they fired when marchers charged their lines.
You could call it the Great Escape, something right out of the movies. A convicted bank robber escaped from a prison in France aboard a helicopter, a chopper hijacked by an armed accomplice. Prison officials say the convicts were taking a daily walk. The hijacker forced the pilot to land in the prison yard. That's when the bank robber jumped aboard. Tonight, they're still on the loose.
In Athens, Greece, forest fires rage out of control. Right now, the flames cover an area more than 12 miles wide with thousands of acres of pine forest destroyed. The destruction's so bad, the Greek government has declared a state of emergency. Fire officials don't know how that blaze started, but they do suspect arson. And in the Philippines, monsoon rains are causing huge mudslides near Mount Pinatubo. Tons of mud pouring down, burying roads and homes, killing more than 52 people. And if that's not enough, the volcano is now showing signs of a new violent eruption.
First it was Kentucky, now New Jersey. Thousands of believers gather, hoping to see a vision of the Virgin Mary. This time, the Virgin Mary was supposed to appear in Marlborough Township, in somebody's backyard. The homeowner said that Mary's been appearing there to him for 4 years. Thousands camped out this weekend. No one reported seeing the Virgin Mary this time, but many people say they smelled a strong scent of roses.
Well, there's more to come. Up next on the News Channel, Jeff Lazalier keeping an eye on our chances for storms tonight.
And a little bit later on, if you're crippled by arthritis, especially this time of year, don't miss Terry Cook's Second Opinion.
If you see just one, hundreds more are in your walls.
But cockroaches can't hide from the exterminator, the Orkin Man. The exterminator seeks out roaches with the awesome power of his advanced pest control technology. He attacks the crevices where roaches try to hide. But the exterminator stops them dead, guaranteed. The exterminator, the Orkin Man. One call destroys them all.
Center presents a workout and luncheon with fitness expert Susan Powder, September 25th. For reservations, call 946-CARE.
Typist and data processor. Number 2188 is also experienced in accounts payable and receivable and payroll. If you're an employer who may have a job for number 2188, call 341-9000.
I'm Stanley J. Barbie. I'm a rancher farmer, Beaver County, Oklahoma. We use our Ford trucks to haul hay, haul water, haul equipment, haul cattle, and we need something that is reliable. Ford trucks have always been that reliability that we have come to trust.
Right now, for a limited time, get $1,000 cash back on all F-150 trucks, only at your Oklahoma Country Ford dealer.
I wouldn't ever leave Panhandle in Beaver County, and I'll always drive a Ford.
Turn that old car into cash. Call Pull Apart. We'll tow it and pay you cash on the spot for your car and title. Our tow trucks and drivers are ready to roll. Want more cash? You pull it in and Pull Apart will give you even more cash for it. Don't forget the title. We tow or you do. Either way, we pay cash for your old car on the spot and on the level at Pull Apart, where we pay cash on the spot for your old car.
Pull Apart.
Well, I hope I'm wrong, but the way it feels outside, boy, we may get some heavy weather tonight. It has got that sticky kind of hot feeling.
Yeah, normally we feel this in May and early June when we're talking about the possibility of severe weather, but here it is, early September. It's kind of the second part of our severe weather season throughout the year, and that's what we see in the fall, kind of a mini severe weather season, and we're into it. Of course, we had those extremely strong storms on Saturday night, and may have some more strong ones in Oklahoma this evening. Nothing out there just yet, but conditions, as Bob mentioned, very, very ripe outside. Let's take a look out in Oklahoma City right now, and you'll be able to see we have sunny skies, our temperature 90, but it feels like it's 95 out there thanks to a humidity of 49%. Southerly winds have been gusty all day, currently gusting up to 25 miles an hour. Our barometer's starting to fall off just a little bit. Our forewarned chase crews are throughout the northern portion of the state because that's the area that looks like it is prime for severe weather development the earliest this evening. Right now we have bubbling cumulus clouds across north central and northwestern Oklahoma ahead of a cool front, and we have chase crews in Shidler, Perry, and Enid, and one other crew across the border in southern Kansas at this time, and they're all watching the sky to keep us informed when the thunderstorms begin to develop. With the hot, humid, windy conditions, they'll likely become severe once they do develop within the next 1 to 3 hours. Now let's go ahead and go to Enid. We have Ray Preston standing by. Well, I guess we're going to take a look at our satellite view first, so let's go ahead and step through the weather. We're going to step through the weather now and show you what's been going on throughout the day. Skies mostly sunny here. You can see that bright white cloud up to our northeast near Kansas City. That's a strong thunderstorm rumbling through that area right now, just ahead of that cold front that is sweeping through Wichita as we speak, and that's going to push that thunderstorm type activity to the south and into Oklahoma the way it looks right now over, again, the next 1 to 3 hours. Plenty of hot air statewide right now, everyone up into the upper 80s to low 90s, and with enough humidity to make it feel like it's in the mid-90s almost statewide. Here's your forecast. Now, tonight, of course, this evening, later this evening and tonight in central Oklahoma, we'll see a chance of strong storms, and we'll see 67 degrees for a low overnight in Oklahoma City and maybe a lingering shower or sprinkle in the area when the sun rises tomorrow morning. And as you head back to work, it should be a nice day tomorrow. I've thrown on a 30% chance of storms late in the day, but that likely will be down near the Red River in far southern Oklahoma and in the eastern portion of the state. I don't think we'll see any rain past 7 a.m. in Oklahoma City tomorrow. Our high 80 degrees. In the next 5 days, We'll see a slight chance of thunderstorms redeveloping Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday look nice, pleasant, and dry. But in the meantime, we're really under the gun tonight, though, for the severe weather. And that's what I want to kind of continue to reiterate. The best chance over the next 3 hours will be in the northern portion of the state. Let's go now to Enid. We have a live picture, and reporter Ray Preston, part of our forewarned chase crews there. Ray, tell me what you're seeing.
Okay, Jeff, a very stiff breeze here coming from the southwest, as you can tell. Still very warm up here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the sky. You're looking down toward Oklahoma City. You can see some white, puffy cumulus clouds down there. Now, we just came over here. Let's go ahead and look eastward, swing around. We just came over here from Ponca City, where it was still in the 90s up there. Scattered clouds up there, white, puffy cumulus clouds. A nice stiff breeze blowing up there also. So far, no severe weather here, but like I said, is still very warm out here, Jeff.
Okay, Ray, thanks very much. Again, as you can see in the picture that Ray was just showing us, those cumulus clouds just starting to bubble up. They're taking the heat from the ground, and they're ahead of a cold front. All those things could mix together, kind of a recipe for severe weather if there's just not too much warm air in the mid levels of the atmosphere. That's what's held it off so far, and Weather Service just spoke with him a moment ago, and they do expect to see some thunderstorm development here in northern Oklahoma, probably within the next 3 hours. We'll be watching it. We'll have another update at 6.
Well, let's hope we don't get a repeat of Saturday. That was a little too much for me.
Oof, that was a wild one. Coming up later in sports, baseball's big guy calls it quits.
But first, if you're living with the aches and pains of arthritis, you may not have to anymore. We'll tell you why next on the News Channel.
It's Chevy Rock Solid Value Days. Now get low 2.9% GMAC financing on Chevy CK pickup. Ranked the best full-size pickup by J.D. Power & Associates initial quality study. At 2.9%, you'll save nearly $3,000 in finance charges on a new Chevy CK. Only during Rock Solid Value Days. The trucks you can depend on. The trucks that last. Get behind the wheel of a Chevy Team Deal at your Oklahoma Chevy Team dealer today.
Pizza Hut announces an amazing new menu policy. Buy one pizza at regular price and get any other of equal or lesser value for half price. It may change the way America buys everything.
Okay, one aircraft carrier regular price, any other aircraft carrier of equal or lesser value, half price.
Any other molar extraction of equal or lesser value, half price.
Pizza Hut, where your second pizza is always half price. It's catching on.
The first World Trade Tower, regular price. We'll throw in a second World Trade Tower.
Job Hunter 2189 has 30 years construction experience. Number 2189 is experienced in concrete and steel work. If you're an employer who may have a job for number 2189, call 341-9000.
I'm Don Nichols. Right now our welfare system isn't working, and we need to change that. So last year I authored legislation which would break the cycle of welfare dependency and educate our children. It's called Learn Fair. Learn Fair requires welfare recipients to keep their children in school in order to receive benefits. By educating our kids, we'll give them a better opportunity for a productive future. Learn Fair is a good solution, and I'm going to see that it becomes law.
Of all the ways you can furnish your home, one of the most beautiful ways is with Anderson feature windows and patio doors. Elegant designs bring the warmth of tradition, the comfort of nature. Ordinary furnishings create a look. Anderson windows create an experience.
Anderson feature windows are at 8th Lumber and Enid, Buford White and Shawnee, Capital City in Oklahoma City, and Bartlett in Ponca City.
If you suffer from arthritis, you probably have learned to live with the aches and pains that disease causes.
But new treatments can ease arthritis pain and help you do things you never thought you could. Tonight, in the first of a two-part look at the disease, we meet a woman who's taking advantage of these new advances. Health reporter Terry Cook is off tonight, but she left us this report.
On warm afternoons, you'll often find Terry Gelhausen watching her son play baseball. She's not hard to spot. She's the one who uses an umbrella and wears long sleeves on warm, sunny days. Terry has lupus, a form of arthritis. Lupus can cause everything from sensitivity to the sun to aches and pains. But Terry, like many other arthritis sufferers, is not only surviving, she's thriving.
The medications they're coming out with are incredible. They're finding new things out all the time. Inject the air into it.
Methotrexate is just one of a variety of drugs.
Very happy to do so after his first win since November of 1990. Behind the running back of Raphael Denson, the Cowboys swamped Indiana State 35-3 Saturday. It was the home opener for the Cowboys, and Jones commented on Denson's new strength and quickness, he rushed 19 times for 110 yards and scored 2 touchdowns. Pat told me that that's just the beginning for Denson.
Expect a guy that's got ability, expect all of a sudden to be instant Thomas and Sanders.
When we come back, the baseball commissioner pulls a shocker.
That's right. And the OSU Cowboys reflect on their win. Bob Berry next with sports.
In 1872, President Ulysses S. Grant was so moved by its beauty, he declared it a national treasure to be protected and preserved for generations to come. Millions have made the journey, and for the past 75 years, when they arrived, they filled up with one gasoline, developed by a company committed to protecting the environment, long before it was the thing to do. It's Conoco, and at Yellowstone, it's not just the hottest brand going, it's the only one.
Lancome Research announces new Neosome Plus.
Get a free limited warranty when you buy a car, truck, or van from Eldorado Motors. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations in Oklahoma City and Edmond.
Number 2190 is a recent psychology graduate with an emphasis in business. Job Hunter 2190 would be perfectly suited for a human resources position that you might have open. If you're an employer with a need for number 2190, call 341-9000.
This from Terrell's will add beauty and security to your home.
These maintenance-free vinyl windows will save you up to 35% in your Citizens discount. 100% financing and free estimates from Terrell's on new siding, new windows, and new roofing.
The new leaders we send to Washington this year will affect our jobs, our families, and our children for generations. I'm Ernest Istook, running for Congress. At the state capitol, I've fought the liberal big spenders toe-to-toe, and I've never backed down. I've worked to restore ethics and traditional values in our laws.
Welcome to the Sports Center for this Labor Day, September 7th. There was really big news on the labor front today in baseball. Major League Baseball Commissioner Fay Vincent has resigned his position effective immediately. This is very much a surprise, even though the Major League owners, in a resolution on September the 3rd, asked Vincent to resign. He steadfastly refused, citing his contract, saying that the owners could not fire him. There is no immediate word on Vincent's successor. Vincent had been at odds with several Major League owners, and the owners adopted a resolution that said they do not have confidence in Vincent in leading the sport through what they called a difficult and critical time in the sport. Vincent received severance pay under the terms of his contract. Well, as per usual on the holiday, several Major League Baseball games. The Atlanta Braves tried to keep their lead in the National League West as they hosted the lowly Los Angeles Dodgers. Lowly indeed. The score in the 5th inning, no score, as you see the shaking head of Tommy Lasorda. The Dodgers doing poorly this year. Mark Lemke single to left field, scoring Lightning Lonnie Smith, former 89er. Close play at the plate. Lightning Lonnie knocks the catcher down, 1-0 Atlanta. John Smoltz won the 15th game of the season for him, a career high. He pitched 7 shutout innings, and he strikes out the side here as the Braves beat the Dodgers 7-1 in the afternoon baseball game that we're featuring. Now, elsewhere in the National League, St. Louis beat Montreal in 10 innings, 8-7. Chicago down Pittsburgh in 11 innings by the score of 6-5. Cincinnati 10. Ouch. Houston nothing. In the American League, Minnesota beat Seattle 4-2, and Milwaukee leads Cleveland 2-0. Now that is a final 2-0. In partial scores, California leads Oakland 3-0 in the 5th, and New York, Baltimore early in that one, no score. The Oklahoma City 89ers, champions of the American Association West Division, are back home as they await beginning of the American Association Championship playoff series against Buffalo, the East champion. The championship series will begin Wednesday night at All Sports Stadium. Anyone who brings a can of food to that first game Wednesday will gain free entry to the general admission section, and all food collected will be donated to the Red Cross to aid victims of the hurricane in Florida. The celebrating from Saturday's win over Indiana State has eased up, and now the Oklahoma State Cowboys have their sights set on Michigan. Oh, that's tough. That's 2 weeks away. There were a lot of standout performances in the Cowboys' 35-3 win. Head coach Pat Jones talked about not only that, the win, but also his team this season and their confidence, particularly tailback Raphael Denson. Denson's 110 yards and 2 touchdowns made him the Cowboys' nominee for Big 8 Player of the Week. That's Denson there.
He's done everything that you can humanly do over the course of the winter and the summer and the preseason to go out here and have success. And yeah, he did. I mean, again, we were limited. We all rotated other backs around. We took some of the pressure off him, but all of a sudden now he hits there and he runs through a tackle and scores. And yes, he got excited, and they made a real big catch down here on the 3rd and 9 situation. It was a great catch. So again, yeah, he had a very good night. And again, we're aware that these guys, he was better than what he was playing against, but on the same hand, sure, it's good for him, particularly at such a key position for us as tailback.
At the U.S. Open tennis tournament, top seed Jim Courier has moved to the quarterfinals. He beat John McEnroe 6-2, 6-2, and 7-6. Back to you, gang.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Still ahead on the news channel at 5 o'clock. There she is, the future Miss America. Which one of these women will win the coveted crown? That story's next.
Do we have pictures? Hey, hey, did you know you can get Long John's to go? Go fish! Hey, hey, did you know it's hot when you move, it's hot when you're not? Hey, hey, go fish to go!
Now you can go for great tasting fish, tender chicken, and shrimp to go from Long John Silver's.
Price $11.40. I report to headquarters and Best Buy beats that price. 8 p.m. My shift is over, but I remain alert. I'm a Best Buy secret shopper. I shop the competition so you don't have to.
The heat pump is like an air conditioner. It cools your home in the summertime, but unlike the air conditioner, it can reverse its refrigerant cycle in the wintertime and actually warm your home too.
Heat pumps are like cars and computers. They've come a long ways. They're more efficient and economical.
When we sell a heat pump to one of our customers, we know that our customer will be very satisfied.
For more on heat pumps,
call the Smiling Voice at OG&E.
Linda joins us now with a look at what's ahead on the news channel at 6.
So many people out trying to enjoy the holiday. Unfortunately, the terribly high number of people out is causing for some terrible death statistics. In fact, one of the most dangerous Labor Day holidays we've had in some time. We'll tell you about that when you join us at 6.
Okay, we'll be watching.
Thanks.
Bob?
Finally, the Miss America pageant is a little less than 2 weeks away, but today the contestants arrived in Atlantic City, New Jersey. 50 young women with all the other Miss America contestants September the 19th.
Wish them luck, and I want to take a moment to wish you the best of luck. This is our last newscast together. You're moving on. Set your sights west.
You beat me to the punch because I told the producer I wanted to tell you what a wonderful joy it's been working with you, Teresa, and how lucky the people of Oklahoma are to have you here each and every
I want to
night.
wish you the best.
Well,
I'm going to miss you.
Yeah, well, you'll be out to see me out west. We'll ride the Highland together.
Thanks for joining us. Right now to NBC.
George Bush says he's the new Harry Truman. But wait, Bill Clinton claims he's the real Truman. A skydiving plane crashes in Illinois, killing all 12 on board. And shoddy construction of homes adds to Andrew's destructive power.
This is NBC Nightly News with Tom Brokaw. Reporting tonight from NBC News headquarters in New York.